All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tracy Huff here. And it is a Monday, and we're here talking about the success habit of the month, which is 100% philosophy, the 100% philosophy. So we talked about what it is. We talked about it's going all in, going full out, and it's doing the hard things first, doing the things that make you uncomfortable. So we went over all of those things. But today, what we went over with the leadership students in the karate school this weekend is what I want to talk about today, right? Because I want to talk about what happens when you don't go 100%, right? How to hold yourself accountable when you're not doing these things. And then full disclosure, did I go 100%? Did I go 100% all in? I told my students no. I probably went about 80%. And I said, this is the thing. Other people looking at me would have thought that I was 100%, but because we're working to our potential and not our quota, and because we know when we're showing up or we're not showing up, I could tell them that I did not work to my full 100% in every area. It's a high standard. It's a challenging standard, right? But if we're going to do it, then we need to hold ourselves accountable for doing it. So for me, with not doing 100%, there were some phone calls that I didn't make. There were some people that I didn't reach out to. There's some things that I'm not doing to promote the fact that we're doing these calls that I need to go all in, no holds barred, stand at the top of a building and tell the world, because if that's what I'm committed to, then that's what I need to do. Now, we went around the room with our leadership students and asked why. What excuses did we give ourselves for not going 100%? Because we all have reasons. I had reasons, but at the end of the day, the bottom line reason, if you put them all together, was I let other people's priorities take over mine, and I did not do some things that made me uncomfortable, right? Because once I start getting more and more people on these calls, then I am accountable and responsible for delivering this content, not in any different way, but for helping more and more people. And that can be a little scary because I take that very seriously. So those are my reasons in a nutshell. And as we went around the room, around to the other leadership students, the reasons that they didn't go 100% kind of varied. One was not willing to do the things that are hard. Look, it's completely natural. It's completely a human being thing to not want to do the things that are hard. But to get the results that we're talking about getting and to do the things in the world we're talking about doing, we've got to do those things and we've got to do them first. One of the reasons why I put this call at 9:00 in the morning, because Ms. Lee Jack, she's the parent of one of my students, has known that I've talked about doing this for a long time and talked and talked and talked. And so it was put up or shut up time for me. Okay. So that was one of the reasons why things didn't get done. And the other reason was commitment. They just weren't committed to the thing that they said that they would do. Right. And for one student, it wasn't even anything in the martial arts world. It was something in her dance world. So Lydia was dialing it in for dance. She was just showing up because she was already at a level. She's already at a level of good at dance. But like we talked about last week, good is not good enough. If you want to be exceptional, if you want to be excellent, outstanding, whatever adjective you want to use to describe that top level for you, if you want to be that, you can't dial it in. You can't dial it in anywhere, right? You've got to commit and let go of some things. And that's what we found out. During our leadership class, some people got thrown under the bus, some things, but it brings to our attention the ways that we're not being true to who we say that we want to be. Because if we say that we want to be exceptional and we say that we want to be outstanding, and then we choose to not give 100%, we choose to stream new Netflix videos instead of reading and becoming better at our job, or practicing, or doing physical things, whatever it is, right? Whatever your goal is, we have choices that we make every day, either getting us towards our goal or keeping us from our goal, right? And the most insidious thing is just staying on that line of average. That's the insidious thing, because we're good. Things are good. Things are going okay. Everything is all right. But that just keeps us right here at mediocrity, right here at average. And that is not what we're committed to being, right? And so maybe you're not here at average. Maybe you're down here. You're down here and you want to get to average. Same principles still apply. So it's not just when you're trying to get to that level. Every level that you want to get to, these same rules apply. You're going to have to give something up. You're going to have to make the commitment. You're going to have to do things that make you uncomfortable. You may have to go get some new skills. You may have to go get into some new groups. You may have to pick yourself up because failing is something that you do at first. All of that is completely normal. The biggest, most important thing is to not quit, to not settle for 80%, to not settle. I had a student tell me he operated at 60%, and this is a student who wants to be a black belt with me. That's not going to get him qualified for black belt. If you're only given 60% on the things that you know that you need to work on, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for him. It's not good enough for us to get to our goals. Okay. So I really wanted to kind of hammer that in to say, again, let me recap. One, we know when we're operating at 100%. Just because someone else tells us that we are, don't accept that as word. You know what you're doing or you're not doing. Hold yourself accountable for that. B, why did you allow it to happen? What did stopped you, and how will you not let that happen this week? And then 3, know that you have to give something up. Know that you're going to have to give something up, whatever that something is, however you're spending your time or not spending your time. Okay. And then there's probably a 4th one in here when we're talking about implementing this. Know that probably sometimes the people that love you the most are going to be the people that try and pull you away the most, because they're not used to this version of you and they're not used to this being of you. And so just know that that might happen, and it doesn't mean that they don't love you, and it doesn't mean that they don't support you. It just means that they're used to you operating in this way, right? And so Brandon Dawson used a compare and contrast kind of conversation model to help with this, because we have to get buy-in from our spouses and our family. We have to help them understand why we're making these choices. And so you're going to tell them why you're making the choice, what you're trying to achieve for you or your family, and contrast it with what will happen if you don't. Right? So just another little tool for that. Okay. So 100% philosophy. We're halfway through the month. Take measure of where you are towards your goals, right? Take measure where you are towards your goals. Take measure where you're allowing things, people, distractions, old habits, beliefs, whatever they are, to stop you. Pick one thing that you're not going to let stop you this week. And then let's see what happens. Okay. As usual, if you would like to get the replays of this and you want to be on the calls live, go to bit.ly/becoming the best you, register, and you'll have access to all the videos, and you'll be able to get on the calls live and ask questions, which is what I can't wait for to happen. And know that we've got the free webinar. We've got the webinar coming up in September. the second Friday in September, How to Conquer Your Fears and Take Action. You're more than welcome to join us for that. You can go to our familymaa.com, upcoming events, and you'll get all the information for that there. So let's go do this. Let's go take the success habit. Let's implement it. Let's fail. Let's get up again and try it some more. All right. Until next time, I'll see you then.